Well, I'm not for shutting down the government, but I think their hand was forced up on the House side. Mike and the Republicans seem to be have a strong hand, and it just seems like a political battle to me more so than something that's actually going to harm or get things done. So I'm ready for it to go back. We didn't come to Washington to have the thing shut down, and we've had this scheduled for some time. So.
Well, we took a tour yesterday afternoon, and they did change it a little bit. It was the one about the Lincoln assassination, so we couldn't actually go in the Ford Theater, but it was okay. I mean, the tour guide was really excellent, and she just adapted it, so minimally, I would say.
It will affect, like, say, the next paycheck if we don't get the check. But if they settle it by the 15th, then it'll be okay. So,
is that a worry of yours, or is it something you
fortunately
planned
for me,
ahead at
I
this
have
point?
savings. You know, I worry about maybe the younger people or the people that are living like paycheck to paycheck.
It has not affected me, just I don't work for the federal government, and a lot of the resources I use in DC, like the metro and stuff like that, that hasn't been stopped, so it hasn't affected me personally. The city still has its funding that's not federal, so we still have our public schools, we still have metro, we still have a lot of our public works. The trash came by today, recycling comes by, so we still have our city is still running, just not the federal aspects of it.
I think both sides are to blame on this. One side doesn't want to compromise. The other side thinks that spending will get us out of the problem. And, you know, my taxes are going up and up and up, and it's just getting ridiculous to the point where we're not getting services for what we spend. Take, for example, the Department of Education. If we got rid of that and put money into the states could take care of their own students the way they see fit. rather than having to go through the bureaucracy and the red tape of the government to get money from the National Educational Board here.
We're on day 2, unfortunately, of a government shutdown. The president, the vice president, the entire team here will continue to work and talk to members on the Hill to try and come to a resolution, to try to encourage Democrats to muster up the courage to do the right thing. And we believe there will be a vote taking place tomorrow, and we hope that vote will lead to the government reopening. That's what the president wants to see, and that's what we're working on today. John. Look, it's likely going to be in the thousands. It's a very good question, and that's something that the Office of Management and Budget and the entire team at the White House here, again, is unfortunately having to work on today. These discussions and these conversations, these meetings would not be happening if the Democrats had voted to keep the government open. Let me ask you, do you think that illegal aliens should receive Medicaid benefits? Medicaid benefits that go to the most vulnerable people in our country. That Medicaid benefits that were designed to help low-income families and Americans in our country. And what the Biden administration did, Gabe, is they allowed tens of millions of illegal aliens from all over the world to come into our country, yes, and they paroled them into the system. And you cover immigration, and you know well, it was a complete abuse of our immigration system, and they slapped a Band-Aid on these illegals. They called it temporary protective status, and then they allowed those illegals from all over the world to get free benefits. And you know who would like free benefits? Hardworking Americans who work their butts off every day, who are living paycheck to paycheck because of the Biden-induced inflation crisis. And there were higher wait times at hospitals under the Biden administration. We saw these illegals committing crimes all over our country, and they're getting things for free. That is fundamentally unfair, and this administration is not going to support it. Democrats have voted for the clean continuing resolution that Republicans introduced 13 times in the past. 13 times. They voted for it as recently as March. And now all of a sudden they are shutting the government down, and they are holding our country hostage over a partisan political matter that the vast majority of the country disagrees with. And they know it's so unpopular that they're now running away from it. I saw some senators on television this morning saying, we don't want to give health care benefits to illegal aliens. Yes, you do. Roll the tape. You can see time and time again, Democrats have supported that. They've voted for it, and they did it under Joe Biden, and we stopped it. The president stopped it with the passage of the One Big Beautiful Bill, and now they want to undo the president's very popular policy to ensure that taxpayer-funded health care benefits only go to tax-paying, law-abiding American citizens.
Agencies, what is he referring to in the federal government?
Look, we're going to look at agencies that don't align with the administration's values, that we feel are a waste of the taxpayer dollar. And look, unfortunately, these conversations are happening because we don't have any money coming into the federal government right now. And so the president wants to be a good steward of the American taxpayer dollar during a time when our balance sheet is looking very grim because the Democrats chose to shut the government down.
Caroline,